Sweat and Pears. It's your weekly roundup of all things cricket in Worcestershire, from the pros to the grassroots. Now, a proper village vodcast is brought to you by the good people of the Lamb and Flag. And I'm Jim Dale. Alongside me is Handsome Sam. Sam Rhymes, how are you, Tiger?
Always good to be back, mate. I'm very well. We've got a guest, haven't we? A nice guest, so I'm happy.
We have got a guest. We've got the usual stuff. So we've got results, analysis, roundups, some tables, any other business. Bullo's been on.
Bullo's been back.
Bullo's been on. Any other business in a bit later. But you're right, Sam, we have got our clubby with us, and he's come a long way as well for it. As Ashwood Bank again, but he's overseas, so we're letting it count. Spencer White, hello!
Yes, hello. Good to be here. It's a privilege. Excited?
You're the first guy to get a round of applause.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's for the moustache.
It's good vibes. Yeah, that's room
Yeah.
for growth. Yeah, it's good.
If
No
you just-
clean shave, though. It's stubble. Which
No, yeah, but a rustic look.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Rustic look.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this as a podcast, then you can imagine Spence. He's Australian. That's all you need to know. Right, you are Ashwood Bank. So how do you go from... You're Sydney, aren't you? From Sydney.
Yes.
So how do you end up coming from Sydney to the bare edge of Redditch?
Yeah.
How does that work?
No, it's a good question. Well, I was brought over here by Josh Baker, who a couple of years ago played for my club back home, Northern Districts, which is just northern Sydney, really. So he played, and I said, oh, look, I'd love a gig. Like, I can't score any runs. I might try a new country out, see if I can get it any way. And he said, yeah, come over, because this is his old club, Ashwood Bank. He obviously now, like, he was playing in the Birmingham League, but his junior club was Ashwood Bank. So he got me over here, and it was, I had a great time last year, and I'm back again, unfortunately, but yeah, for them.
No, I love that. It's great
Great
to know that
story.
Josh Baker,
Yeah.
his influence has spread as far as New South Wales.
Yeah.
That's ace.
that is.
It's definitely spread as far as that, yes, for sure, yeah. A lot of people would know him.
Okay, key information then. So, what do you do, Spence? You bat, you bowl, a bit of both.
Bit of both. My batting's somewhat, it's better-ish than my bowling, but my bowling is bang average. But I try. The thing is, like, I'm always there, like, putting in 100%. Like, I'm giving it a good go.
Oh, isn't that
Yeah.
nice?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
really
Do you know what I mean?
hard.
Like,
Look,
yeah.
we know what your numbers are. You get referenced every week on
Yeah,
this, and
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
get to your game in a little bit. So, best moment as a club cricketer?
Here?
If you want. Hey, it's a
Anywhere,
Worcestershire-based
mate.
show.
It's your story.
Oh, dear. When you... Oh, I'm in trouble there. Actually, there was a great moment. Was a boy called Tom Harris. We were playing at Pedmore. First slip, one-handed catch. But just for reference, Tom Harris, not a small chap. And he won't mind me saying that. But, hits a big ball, runs in hard. Yeah, big boned, yeah. But, like, I'm sure there's a video of it too. Great photo. Plucks it one-handed, like, hits a deck hard, comes up with it. Massive wicket. We rolled him for 50-odd. That's my biggest, that was, I was loving that. I was really loving that.
I love the fact you called someone else's hero moment as well. You haven't gone for your hundreds, because you have got them to your name. I love that. Okay, so...
Eventually, it's taken him a few weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a lot of people who didn't get hundreds this week.
true.
Out in the 90s, we're coming for you. Last thing then, cricketing hero, and you're going to surprise a few people here, aren't you, right?
Yeah, so my two heroes, I'll give you an Aussie and a Pom. Sorry, I can't say that. An Englishman, a gentleman, is Frosted Tips Kevin Peterson
Wow.
and Frosted Tips Michael Clark. So just at the start of their careers, like obviously Pup was blonde, but he really had the blonde tips early, and mate, that was...
They were
KP, I love KP.
Lads in their early to mid-20s,
Yeah.
who quite liked themselves, didn't they?
Yes.
But they had every reason to.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, if I was as good as KP, I'd have the Frosted Tips for sure.
So KP was what, mid-2000s, wasn't it? Was
Well,
Michael
he-
Clark
he-
It was
similar
similar.
time?
Yeah, well, Clark played a bit longer.
He was a bit before.
And
a bit
yeah,
after.
yeah, he was a bit longer than KP. Because
you can't
KP
have
went
been-
through it.
You would have been very old then.
No, but, the hearts of KP
Yeah.
So
mate.
here's like the old boy on this gig. So, I mean,
Yeah.
2005, like, I was the other side of the university. But, Kevin Peterson came in for 2005. So in that kind of Ashes summer, there was this whole thing about who they were going to play, whether Ramprakash was going to get a go and all that sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
no, this is a lad at Nottinghamshire, and they waited for him to qualify. Anyone who smashes Shane Warne, who was player for Hampshire at the time,
Yeah.
Shane Warne was saying, got to play him.
Mate, he's so good.
If Shane Keith Warne says
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
if he's sober, you listen.
Yeah, I think you listened either way. But a lot of people did, didn't they? In fairness, yeah, nice his way. But he had that aura, didn't he, KP? Like, he had
Mate.
that like
proper streets won't
We
forget.
were
Like,
frightened
oh,
of
Yeah.
Australia. Like I
Yeah.
grew up in the 90s watching us get humiliated every summer.
yeah.
And it was like, who was it said that beating the beleaguered Poms is cheap and unfulfilling? Like Keith Miller or somebody like
Yeah.
So it was great to have an England side with KP in it as well, who were just arrogant and
Had a
didn't
bit of
care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, look, Spencer, great to have you, and picking an Englishman as well. I'm all into that. I mean,
all for
Englishman,
show.
heavily caveated Englishman.
Gentleman, he
Yeah,
says.
gentlemen, yeah. Because they're very educated here, unlike me back home, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do yourself disservice, mate.
I'm not.
No.
Care in the community, courtesy of Sam Rhymes, and I'm here for it. Right, okay, let's. I suppose we start at the top, and we are recording this in our secret location at New Road.
Somewhere.
Yeah, you never find us. It's almost impossible.
Joe would shoot me if I didn't say visit Worcestershire New Road.
Okay, contractual obligations fulfilled in the first part of the
Yeah,
show.
done. 10 minutes.
But T20 Blast is underway.
Yeah.
A defeat first up, but promising at Old
Yeah.
Trafford. But yesterday against Yorkshire,
Yeah.
it's a consummate professional performance, all-round team effort.
It was, yeah, exactly that. Yeah, Thursday opened up the tournament away at Emirates Old Trafford. Yeah, I think Alan Richardson summed up pretty well. He said that Lancashire did the things really well that Worcestershire did well. There was a couple of times where they ran twos really hard. They won the game by 7 runs in the end. So it's those little margins. Lancashire know how to win at home as well. They've won 10 out of their last 14 at home. Good side,
And
tough to
we've
beat.
got a rubbish record at Old Trafford, let's
Really
be
bad.
honest.
Yeah, really bad. So yeah, that was disappointing. But there are a lot of positives they took out of it, which they threw into yesterday, and that was almost like the complete performance. Fielding was brilliant. Bowling was fantastic.
Dolly and Hose went on, got starts
Went
Old Trafford,
nuts.
but they went
Yeah.
go 50 and clear.
But I would
in
say
T20
Dolly's
in the
Dolly's knock as well was really impressive because at no point was it out of control or erratic. Like his shots he played, like good cricket shots. And that's the way he bats. He looks good when he does it as well.
Controlled aggression.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, I can't imagine you do that. I think you just bash it, don't you? He plays like good cricket shots.
Yeah, he's classy. Yeah,
he's
yeah,
a good player.
yeah.
So yeah,
That's why they pay the big bucks, and I'm just
Hey, there's still time, Spencer. There's
not.
still time.
way better bloke off camera as well. I think so far.
Right,
No,
okay.
but yes,
So
a great result. A great result.
good few days for the men. Women still waiting to get their bash campaign started
Uh-huh.
next Sunday.
The 8th double header. Yeah, here against Derbyshire and Northants. They've got double header. No games as yet, but a little bit of news that filtered out today. That Chloe Hill is stepped down as captain, which will bring a bit of change for sure. Spoke to Wilson briefly about it, and it's very much, have to commend Chloe for everything she's done. Like she's been a complete stalwart for that side. Since 2018, I think she first played for the club.
Travelling to get here as well. And
Yeah.
really impressive cricketer.
Yeah.
She found her value as well when she
Yeah.
went out on loan and played in the franchise stuff in the past couple of years.
It really shouldn't be underestimated. The amount of credibility she's gained and what she's done for this club is huge for that squad, pioneering a little bit, I guess, for that Worcester women's
it's a
side.
good shout. You think about when she took over as captain, like the idea of us beating Warwickshire was
Yeah.
it was a long way off,
Yeah.
and we were doing it. And Bridie Gilgrass got a big 100
Yeah,
against
she
us last
did,
year,
yeah.
so we now give the big
Yeah.
teams a game, which is
Absolutely.
and beat them as well.
Which is huge, and it is, and that's you have to get to that even keel. So she's done an amazing job, and we'll see in due course who's going to take that mantle on. But I think it's it'd be good for them to get back into action next week, get back on the pitch, and hopefully get
It's
stuck
been a
in.
long old while. Looking forward to it.
Nice.
There's a live stream as well
Very
of the women's
exciting.
game, which is great. And there's a couple of very talented people doing commentary. I don't know who's doing it.
Self
But,
plug. If we had a bell for the dinger for self plug.
yeah, and my new book is coming out shortly.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Right, okay.
Cheers.
Before I destroy what is left of my
Yeah.
rather thin credibility,
Yeah.
Sam, Birmingham League. What are we saying?
Birmingham League. So what I did learn today is that we're actually in the Red Bull phase. So do you know it splits up into 2 phases? I didn't know this. So there's 2 phases of the Birmingham League.
There's win lose.
Yeah,
draw,
but
right?
it goes red, white ball at the start.
Does it?
This is what I heard from today. It goes white ball at the start for the first 6 games.
Oh, that makes
Or
sense.
I think 6 games. Then it goes into red ball,
Yeah.
and then it goes back to white ball at the end.
I feel like you
So-
should have known that.
Birmingham cricket.
What we now do.
Well,
yeah,
now we do.
absolutely. Yeah, correct.
But yeah, I probably should. Now I do know it. So we
Well,
can just
I
edit
also
that out.
didn't know this.
No, well, there you go. So
Look, we're all in this together,
Yeah.
gang. We're going on a
but
journey.
you can imagine my confusion when I looked through the results and I saw the first draw, and I said to the girls in the office, we don't do that anymore. No, we've always done that. And then I realised, we do that.
Okay.
So, enough waffle. Okay,
I thought it was wonderful pretext.
Let's
Much
do
less
this.
fun though. Red ball cricket swings around way too much. It's just
It's difficult.
You're a sea ball, hit ball kind of guy.
correct.
right?
Yeah, white ball
Good.
much better. Pink is the best. Yeah,
I guess we're
definitely.
the best of both.
Yeah, correct.
So Hales Owen, they continue their march at the top of the table. They had a 3-wicket win over Harborne. Ed Bragg gave himself something to brag about. He took 7 for 26 in 14.3 overs, so a lengthy spell. They knocked off 130 to win.
You're not peeling the ball out of his hands, are you?
It just keeps twining away,
7.
doesn't it? Yeah. Barnard's Green, they eased past Smethwick by 39 runs, and Barnt Green collected 7 points in their draw against Shrewsbury. Himley, now widely regarded as one of the most picturesque grounds in Birmingham, I've been told this week, played out a draw with Ombersley, 228 all out, played 190 for 6 there. The losing win-draw thing coming into play. In Prem Div 2, Stourbridge lost by 202 runs against Dorridge. A bit of a pain in the ridge between Bridge and Ridge. Stourbridge used 8 different bowlers, which you don't see every day. And it was actually Chris Rushworth who played for Dorridge. He took 6 wickets. The man in the county scene just turns up and plays for their Prem cricket.
Yeah.
There's a Dorridge side, they're 4th for that, and Ian Bell and his son played for him, by the way, just as an aside.
Well, that's crazy.
The prettiest cover drive I've ever seen
Handy.
in cricket.
He'd probably go well on the 4s, I reckon.
Yeah.
Belly.
Probably alright, yeah.
Belly be
Unless
alright.
you're
Yeah.
at 9, I think
Yeah.
you respected the process.
And
work your way
Kidderminster, Kidderminster struggled. The team struggled at the bottom end of the table. They went down by 4 wickets to Coventry and North Warwickshire. Daniel Latigan made 78, but he couldn't save the basement battlers on the way to defeat.
Right.
That's a little Birmingham roundup.
Put a bow on it, mate.
Quite
Look at
good,
that.
quite
Okay,
good.
right. Let's get into the Worcestershire League Prem Div. We start, as always, with our guest side, Ashwood Bank Whiteo. So,
Every week.
Whiteo.
Whiteo.
Spenny.
Yeah.
Spencer. We could just go with Spencer if you feel so.
Give us
Little
your
game recap.
brief synopsis.
Right. Sure. Batted first, 220 odd, and I thought they bowled pretty well, and they run it down pretty easily with maybe I think we got 3 or 4 maybe.
Okay.
3 for 200. They were unfortunately too good for us on Saturday. I think they're a pretty good team.
6-wicket
to
win.
be honest. Yeah.
Iqbal took a 3 for, but Spencer White, how did you make, sir?
You shouldn't do that.
No,
it's
look,
funny.
I'll say it
again,
for you, look.
because before we started recording, turned up at the weekend. Man.
No. Don't lie. We rocked up. He
No.
said
No,
I know
here's-
how many you got on the
here's
weekend.
deal. Now, Spencer, he's been magnanimous. He's been low key.
right.
He got 100. So was it? We're getting half centuries for fun and big uns as well. This time 100. You went all right, didn't you? Come on.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to not. I had been scoring some runs the last few weeks. It was nice to not throw it away this week. It was good, especially at home as well, which is a lovely place to bat just quietly. Ashwood Bank, beautiful location. Yeah, stunning. Really.
Good track as well.
Yeah, really good. Our groundsman is electric.
Yeah.
He's I'd say best in the business. Simon, unbelievable.
There's been a beer stood across on Saturday. Did you
Um,
just pop that in? On the podcast to start with. Simon
Nice.
is great
Hey, no,
at
but
his
look,
job.
No, he's seriously
Here's the
good,
thing,
genuinely.
though,
Yeah.
people that do that work, it's so important all the way
Mate,
down.
yeah.
Whether you're groundsman or whether you're volunteering, you're doing scoring, whatever it
Yeah.
may be, and some
Yeah.
get paid,
Well,
and that's cool.
I'd say
A
it's the
little bit of money,
best ground I've played at. I think.
Yeah.
To be fair, maybe I'm a bit biased, but yeah.
What score suggests?
Really nice.
You obviously enjoyed yourself.
It's good to bat. I don't like bowling there. Too easy. And my bowling is not very good, so that's why it's in
You
trouble.
chip in every now and again, Spence. You're doing yourself a disservice, my friend. 100, but it wasn't quite enough. 6-wicket win to Stourport. They're legit, aren't they? Them and Brom.
No, they're class. Yeah, they'll go all the way. I reckon they're really good. Just a really
Early
really well
season.
balanced team. I think. Yeah.
Right. Onwards then. If it was snooker, then Barnt Green first would have been very happy. They made 147 in their 50 overs in reply to Old Elizabethan's 238 for 4. But it's not snooker, so they aren't. They were only 7 down for 147. They got away with a draw. 147 for 7.
Oh my god.
They got a draw. So there we are.
Yeah. I'm more.
Have you,
No.
was that off the cuff?
No.
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 No, you're still okay.
I
So-
can't remember my name most weeks,
No,
Spencer.
true.
No, yeah, that was. Because if that was off the
Right,
cuff, that was impressive.
Ombersley seconds, hoofed Redditch first, Declan Lyons and Joel Cox again in the runs. Cox got 107, Lyons was out for 98. Do you know who got him out? Our boy Marlon Lockenough into the
Lock
first
again.
11. He
Only given
he got into the first.
Good. Yeah, well,
He made 220 and a 5 for in the seconds.
Oh
Getting in
my
the
God.
first.
Mate, he had a hell of a week. Yeah.
So there we are.
Rich.
Our boy Marley, he got rid of him. So in the end, a comfortable win for Romsley. And after all hype, Marlon got an 11 ball duck with the bat. So
It's like peaks and troughs, isn't it?
it's peaks and troughs. Tough gig. But another man refusing to get 100 is Pedmore's Alex Millard, out for 96. They made 217 against Bromsgrove. League leaders cruised to their target just 2 down. Jane Levitt getting another century, 127. Worcester Nomads have finally won a game.
They've
Finally
won
won a game.
Took them 6 weeks.
They've been in games but just can't get over the line.
Yeah.
This time they did. They beat Lye by just 1 wicket, chasing down 185 to win.
Wicked.
Keeper Matt Ketley marshalling the tail to get his side home. Elsewhere in the division, Worcester first beat Pershore first by 6 wickets. So that means we can have a wee look at the Prem Division table. Bromsgrove at the top, 144 points, 7 from 7. Stourport on 7, second, 7 from 7, 144 points. When you top by, I think, alphabetical order, does it count as being top? I don't know, but they're still very much the teams to beat. Worcester first are just behind 135. At the other end of things, Worcester Nomads have gone from bottom to, well, third bottom. They've leaped from 2 teams, which means Lye are in 12th place and Redditch firsts, 1 place above them on 51 points.
Lovely. That was nice.
Thanks very much, mate. I like the immediate feedback. I feel safe.
Okay, on to Div 1 in the Worcester League then. Our favourites, Burkill, Tillington and Weebly. They won by 4 wickets, chasing 136. Bewley won by 76 runs against Hagley. Jack Collins took a 6-fer for Colwell against Bartestree and Lugwardine during their 3-wicket win. And a top score of 28. Not great.
No.
By Jim Abbs for Himley kind of summed things up because their pursuit of 220 against Brockhampton fell by the wayside. Hales Owen made easy work of their chase of 87 against Netherton. A strange quirk in the chase saw a Mr. H. Kitchen. He chewed up 110 balls for 26.
Good effort, that though.
Stoic.
Yeah, nice.
Aggravates
I like
me.
that.
Do you?
Yeah, I like that.
Aggravates
Yeah.
me so much.
Did he get anything out of that?
They won the game. Yeah. So yeah, fair enough. He's held up an end, isn't he? But
Someone's got to do the dirty
Done his
work.
job, mate.
If you can't do the fancy stuff,
it's
let the lad
past.
at the other end do it.
yeah,
Let Spencer just whack it out the park.
true.
And then the other guy can just Matthew Hoggard it. Just
Matthew
get
Hoggard.
it
So much quicker. It's just anyway. Droitwich Spa will feel like they snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. They defended 171 against Barnard Green seconds, who will be gutted because they were bundled out for 158, losing by 13 runs. Spare a thought for the skipper and the opening bat, Elliot Hennessy, who went to set the tempo and was pinned first ball in response. Talk about leading from the front. Well, bad, mate.
A bit harsh.
I know,
So,
but
that's tough,
I
lad.
always have one each week, and I don't know why. I just seem to take out one.
You will just take
It's
someone
because
down.
I'm incapable of playing, so I just take out one.
So hard.
Well,
Sorry, Elliot. That's
Yeah.
so unnecessary.
Yeah, drive by, yeah.
It's an emotional thing.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the end of Div 1.
let's see
I'm
what it
sorry,
means for the
Elliot.
Division 1 table.
Sorry.
Bewley first, top things out, 7 wins, 144 points. Then there's a bit of a gap already. Droitwich Spa first, 115 points, 5 wins. Brockhampton, 112 points, 5 wins. And Hales Owen, 107 points, 5 wins. At the other end of things, Bromyard, they prop up the rest. Just 29 points, no wins so far this campaign. Just above them,
6
Netherton
games
first.
They went down.
58 points, 2 wins, and Himley 59 points. So, tough going there, still without a win. Right, on to Division 2 then. And DC took a 4-fer with the ball, and Price made 62 with the bat as Bell Broughton beat Coombs Wood by 6 wickets. Daniel Raymond starred with the bat and ball as Netherton 2s chased down 126 to beat Breedon first. Kidderminster seconds and Bromsgrove seconds finished 8 down in their respective 50 overs. Kiddis 223 couldn't match Bromsgrove's 231, so it was a draw. And now the curse of blood, sweat and Pears continues. Ashwood Bank's seconds were dismantled by a powerful Lye seconds. It just happens. If you send us a guest from your club will lose most of their games that week. The difference in the sides, but something's going on here, right? So the difference between the two sides was 186 runs, but more precisely, the difference was line number 9, Mohammed Shuaib Kaleem. That number 9 scored 126 from 48 deliveries. 8 fours, 15 sixes, What's going on there? Number
Oh,
9.
bowling underarm.
Well, to be fair, they stream it though. They stream it on TikTok. You can watch it. This guy was hitting some of the longest balls I've ever seen. Shout out to Ellis Browning, 1 over for 30, and first ball just well bowled, patted it back. Thought, yeah, let's have a look at one. And then obviously the next 5 he fancied a bit more than the first, so he took him for
5
30.
in a row.
Yeah, well, he got a 35 ball 100. He did, that fella, batting 9. I think he usually is in the ones.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
But yeah, he's an opening bowler and he just rocked up, had a decent day out.
Unreal. Well, actually, women's rapids up and coming star Bryony Gilgrass got him in the end, got a 3 for.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
Serious player, Bri.
wow, yeah, and then Harjaspreet Singh, who's been on our radar before, he took 4 wickets in 11 balls as well.
Nice
So
little clinic.
yeah, 11 balls needed. Take 4 for rattle things. Wowzers. Anyway, moving on. Old Swimmer first beat Chaddesley Corbett by 4 wickets, and Rushwick first beats Alchurch and Hotwood first by the same margin. Skipper James finished 94 not out, so another man who refuses to get 100. So that seems to be a theme of things. Let's have a look then and see what it means in the wonderful world of Div 2. We never say division either, do we? We've just gone straight for
Div. We're saving
Div.
time, aren't we?
Yeah. But then explaining it, extending the time.
somewhere. Yeah.
Right, top of the table, Netherton seconds, 7 wins, 140 points to their name. That's a drop down to Breedon first, who have 110 points, Bromsgrove on 105. And at the other end, Chaddesley Corbett prop up the rest, 51 points. Then Old Swinford on 62, Aswood Bank on 64, and Lye 67 points.
Tidy. Division 3.
Why
Div
not?
3. Absolute run fest, Div 3 this weekend. No one scored under 200, and a lot of the teams went over 300. I think highways have been out repairing the roads because there's just tracks everywhere.
Hey! I'm going to quick note of that.
Not just a pretty face.
Not great.
Game of the day. 5 ways. Old Edwardians played Old Elizabethans in a high scoring draw. 5 ways batted first. 342 for 8. The GOAT, Muhammad Ali, big 116. But Oldies held out for a draw. They clung on 9 wickets down for 302. So they shared the spoils. So 340 played 309, and no one won. I'd be a bit upset. Boys couldn't get the job done. 9 wickets down.
So Muhammad Ali couldn't land the knockout. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't mind it. No, I
that
see how he
okay?
comes that. Yeah. It's hard to please. Hard to please. Yeah.
That wasn't
So
your best. That
excited.
wasn't as good as your snooker one, that's for sure.
Just
Definitely,
cheap
yeah.
gags. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Like even
You
I,
were so excited about coming here as well, aren't you? And I feel like
I
you've
know.
just...
no, but that snooker one was really good. That one I almost could have come up with.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
know, I
that's
felt-
where I draw the line on.
I was
Like,
waiting for him to do it, and he didn't.
Valid. Duncan Roke started with 80 for Avencroft first. They chased out 303 against Droitwich Bar 2s. But a big shout out to Owen Roberts because he also turned up in the process. Worcester Nomads played out a draw with Stourport on 7. Brockhampton 2s matched their first team by winning. They secured a 6-wicket victory over Himbleton, with Yuvraj Alawalia bowling a 15 over spell for his team. Not something you see every day, is it? 15
That's a
overs
shift,
back in
isn't
the
it?
day.
That's
Yeah,
Matt
nice.
Mason
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of
It's
stuff
got to be a
back in the
spinner,
day.
Yeah.
surely. And Martley beat Cookley by 4 wickets, continuing this big trend at the minute of teams winning batting second. Everyone seems to be just knocking them off at the minute in the good weather. And finally, Enville Staffs chased down 204 against Feckenham with 4 wickets in hand to motor home in the sunshine. And now you're going to tell us how it all looks. Nice.
I sure am.
Thank you.
Division 3 table. We'll start with Enville Cricket Club in Staffordshire. That's the Staffs, my
The
friend.
Staffs, yeah.
140 points, 7 wins. Then a few teams on 4 and 5 wins respectively. So second placed, OE seconds with 112 points. Brockhampton seconds on 104 at the pointy end of things. At the other end of things, Droitwich Spa still without a win, 36 points, but they are still in range. There's hope yet. Feckenham first on 48 points. Worcester Nomads 54. And then there's a big old gap up to Avencroft with 80 points. But that's how we're looking in Division 3. On to Division 4, and more complete nonsense as more players absolutely refuse to get hundreds. Arun Iqbal of Claverley, interestingly, just didn't want one. He retired not out on 95.
He
And I
has
went
to
into
be
this-
injured. He
No,
has to
no,
be.
I think-
I checked this. He didn't. I thought, I can't call a man out if he's just been knocked on the noggin and he's on concussion
Yeah.
protocol. I went through the ball by ball. I know, waste of a life. But
Bad
the
shot.
last ball he faced, he hit for 6. 6 and out on 95. Just didn't want it. He just didn't want it.
Yeah, he's probably like just
I do this all the
veteran.
time,
Like,
man.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like he's probably got 250 hundreds in his life. He thought, yeah, well, I've had enough today.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm too vain. I'll be wanting cap off, applause, to
Yeah,
get
but
one in again.
If you look
I'm
if you
doing
look
that
like that,
too.
I would too. Yeah.
But either way, his side notched up a comfortable 90-run win over Pershaw seconds. Harborne first bowled out Hagley seconds for 158, with Ashwin Sawa taking 4 wickets. A comfortable chase resulted in a 6-wicket victory. Malvern reached their victory target against Old Vigornians, just 2 down thanks to Evans and McMillan, who scored an unbeaten 110 and 77 respectively. Evans and McMillan sort of sounds like a law firm,
It's like a
doesn't
private health firm.
it? So I was like, yeah, well,
Evans and Macmillan, but today.
it's sort of that.
it could be a thing.
Yeah.
If you don't do that for a living, think about it. Massages,
The
spas,
boys,
that's
they
your
should
job.
think about it, yeah.
Yeah. Not to be outdone, West Malvern beat Old Hill seconds by 6 wickets. Malvern's top order making telling contributions on their way to 232. So back to back wins for all the teams in Malvern. Love that. Tenbury first made light work of Worcester seconds with a 131 run win. But Peto's been on, Sam.
Peter.
Peto, he was a
Yeah,
neutral observer in this game. I think they call them like fans. Spectators.
Yeah.
Neutral observer seems weird. I went there.
Yeah.
Now our boy Pete, he said that he saw someone else refuse to get 100. Ewan Morgan made 96 opening up, but apparently it wasn't his fault.
This is bad.
New batter coming in, I think at number 5. Ewan Morgan's on 96. And this is a direct quote from Pete. The new batsman, first ball, took a daft run to mid-wicket and ruined the opening bat's day. So there we are.
Right,
I've done a bit of digging, and I think it's Tim Langland's. It might not be Tim. I think it's Tim Langland's. If that's you,
Langland.
first ball run out of a guy on 96 is not cool. Just
Well, it depends how well he's hit it though. If he's got it, it's like, well, you know, if you've middled it, like there's one there. Like you want to get moving, fella, unless you want to get run out for 96, which obviously he
Was on
didn't.
strike. Was it his call?
I think he was on strike. I think it was his first ball.
Or the
He
new
hit
lad just hit
Yeah.
it and said go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If I'm on the other end, like any sort of doubt on 96,
yeah.
Yeah.
send him back. If you go,
Yeah.
you go. I'm staying put.
Okay.
I trust
Look,
your mate, isn't it?
we only have Pete's word for this.
Tell us,
You guys
Tim.
are-
Tell us, mate. What happened?
Yeah.
You're gonna get to the bottom of this.
There are 2 sides to every story in theory.
Yeah, not this one.
Anyway, Morgs took his frustrations out with the ball taking a forfeit, so still a pretty good day for him. And finally, to round out Division 4, Redditch seconds beat Romsley and Huntington by 28 runs. Oh, poor Ewan. It's a tough old gig, isn't it?
I wonder what you said to Tim.
And do you know what? There's a
Probably
conversation. There's a conversation in the clubhouse afterwards, isn't there?
2 words.
Yeah. You guys should add in like a little.
Second one was Tim.
You should add in like a little call thing. We can ring him up and have a chat.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
We have to probably do it in advance. I wonder if we got.
Yeah, that's
a
probably
quote
true.
on
Yeah,
voice.
that'd be tough.
It's live guests
Yeah.
based on rage. It turns into a therapy session. I'm down with it. Right. So, Division 4, Harborne continue to lead the way. 6 wins, 126 points. Redditch seconds, not far behind. 5 wins, 120 points. And then there's a cluster of teams with 4 wins. Claverley have 96, Worcester 94, Old Hill 94 points. At the other end of things, Old Vigornians, 2 wins for them, 62 points. Tenbury Wells, 2 wins for them, 63 points. And R&H, 2 wins for them, 64 points. Tight down the wrong end of the table, gents.
It's that point as well, isn't it? When we're like, what, we're 6-7 games in now.
Yeah,
Like
7
you
games.
will start noticing that teams will drift.
Yeah.
Like at the top will start to kick on. Others at the bottom will drift away. Like you need to start grabbing points with these draws as well. You know, things can be different. So points are valuable, aren't they? All the time.
Well, you know, that 110 ball 26 in a
Yeah.
getting a draw. Those sorts of knocks.
Yeah, massive.
We would
Yeah,
normally
valid.
be caning, but that's
It just does my it's
it-
a personal gripe of mine, as you know. It's just
you want entertainment, don't
It's
you?
just selfish.
Yeah.
Let someone else out there get the job done. Everyone else wants to have a beer and a shower, and you're just red inking.
Here's the thing, so
Don't say you don't want to do that either.
No, I'm agreeing with you for sure.
Yeah.
But you know,
No,
you
yeah,
got
no,
to get some
it is-
points. Like it is. I
Yeah,
think it's
it's
just
a toxic trait of mine.
yeah.
Red
I know,
flag.
do you know
man.
what,
Real
massive red flag. In fairness, I agree.
Yeah.
there is a context there. If you've got a long way on an away day and you're next in and you just want to have a bat,
Oh yeah, that's true.
100%.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
it
Yeah.
doesn't make you a bad person.
No,
Sam.
Not so bad.
There are other things.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
worse things
Anyway,
out there.
what's the world of Division 5 saying, my friend?
Division 5, Whistle Stop Tour. Harborne snatched a thriller by 1 wicket against Coombewood's second 11 in a game that I think generally had everything. Syed Nezamuddin scored a dazzling 140 in his team's 292 for 7 before James Horner, 92 and out, another one in the 90s, gutting.
Fusing to get 100.
And Umar Ashfaq, 52 not out at number 9. Another good hand lower down the order.
Yes!
Steered their side home by 1 wicket. I
Wow.
mean, that game,
Tense.
you think you get the guy who got 92, you get him out, you think we're into the tail, and then Umar comes out and just knocks it around.
He's a legend. The guy that got 92 is there going, oh, just going to see the start, going to get the job done. Nah, your boy at the back end is going to look after you. Buy the beer.
Love it.
Love that, yeah.
Yeah, so
Great
good.
game, that.
Lewis Bust scored an 87 ball 105 as his Hales Owen thirds beat Bewdley seconds. Eastnor beat Bromyard 2s by 3 wickets, and I reckon Trent Turner was on a different level livid. He was run out for 83 for Asselbank thirds. They eventually lost by 4 wickets to Cutnell Green first team. Harvington defended 266 as they beat Pebmore by 30 runs, largely thanks to a 76 not out from their keeper bat, Mr. N. Fenley. Played cricket there, helping me out. And finally, Barnt Green 3s completed a 6-wicket win over Starbury seconds, and they chased down 181 with relative ease. And that is everything this week from my laptop, so it's going away.
Okay.
Talk us through it, man.
What a dramatic close.
It was a bit, wasn't it? I know.
Unreal.
But he's been talking about the whole time. We wanted to make sure he's facing the camera, so that's where he
Yeah.
was.
He's got imaging rights. He'll make money.
Yeah, massively, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right, on to the Division
I
5
can't say what I
table.
want to say because we're on.
Right, Harborne seconds, top up things out. 6 wins, 126 points then. Cutnell Green, 5 wins, 113 points. Hales Owen 5 wins as well, 110 points at the other end of things. Barnt Green, thirds, 2 wins, 70 points. Bewdley seconds, 2 wins, 71 points. And Bromyard seconds, 2 wins, 75 points. Coombewood seconds as well, also on 75 points. Tight at the bottom there, still plenty to play.
There's loads of cricket left, isn't there?
There's loads of cricket left. There's literally loads of cricket left.
Weeks.
Let's have some more cricket. It's Div 6. My laptop is still fired up. Right, George Dean and Lewis Malanathi. Oh my goodness, that's hard work.
Well done.
Thanks, mate. Took me
Oh,
2
easy.
goes though, right? Both took fourth as Cookley were bundled out for just 51 by Bell Broughton seconds. That's after the Bells made 198 in their first innings. Colwell seconds beat Stourbridge thirds by exactly 100 runs, but that didn't stop Chris Kendall from refusing to get a century. He was out for 92.
Wow. There's loads.
I tell
So
you
many
what,
90s,
I'll
nervous
tell you somebody
90s.
who does have bottle. Do you remember Damien Berry doing a job
Yeah.
down the order with a
yeah.
bat to win a game?
Yeah.
Well, he was the hero of the bat the other week. Got himself a hat-trick, didn't he?
Wow.
Hattie. Don't see them every day.
In the first 3 balls of an over as well. It wasn't spread out over
Oh,
overs.
it's-
Like
yeah,
first 3 balls rattle through. Jobs
Yeah.
are good.
Do they count?
I was going to say,
story.
I don't think it counts. A crossovers, like, it does count, but...
Across games can get in the sea, but
Yeah.
across overs, I think that's legit.
Fair enough.
No, but then I like the fact that it's going to be a double golden duck. Do you know what I mean?
Scorecard goes straight through.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing in between.
Like, yeah.
Valid.
Because you can't even tell on a scorecard
No.
if he's got 2 wickets and then got one first ball next
Yeah,
over.
true.
I think do it properly or don't do it at all.
Well, I mean, either way, Beza, like his tail end of heroics, then a hat trick. He's in the Hall of Fame. isn't
Oh,
he?
massive, yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Nice stuff. Right, elsewhere, Alveley beat Handley Castle and Upton by 6 wickets. Rushton seconds beat Bromsgrove thirds by 7 wickets. Plenty of 70 odds flying around there. Himley thirds beat Kiddie thirds by 8 wickets. Greg Tompkins made 110 not out. He's getting his laptop back out. That must mean he's forgotten something. This will be interesting. And Usman Ali made 121 as Owe's thirds beat Berghill, Tillington and Weebley seconds by 55 runs. So that means Div 6 table. Let's see what we're saying. Colwall top out proceedings, 7 wins from 7, strong campaign from them, 140 points. Then there's a drop off to Himley thirds, 6 wins, 124 points. Then it starts to get a bit congested. BTW on 114, Old Elizabethans thirds on 130. At the other end of things, Kiddie thirds at the bottom of the pile, no wins, 35 points. Stourbridge thirds, not much better, no wins, 38 points. Then there's a gap building towards Bromsgrove thirds, 1 win, 53 points. Right, on to any other business. Something we talked about last week. We can't get all the way into the 93 different divisions and the regionals because there's a lot of badminton contenders. So we want to hear about what's been going on in your ward, whatever level, whatever division. We're into it. And Bullow's been on. Bullow, Joe Bullock's been on. And wanted to tell us about a father-daughter performance at Coombs Wood third 11. And they beat Old Hill thirds. Coombs Wood was set a target of 174 to win. They were 9 down with 4 overs to go. Captain Andy Price, batting at number 7, saw batting partners disappear until number 11, his daughter, 12-year-old Olivia Price, in only her 4th senior game, played a blinder, held a nerve, held up an end. They won by 1 wicket.
Kidding.
Absolutely unreal. She plays for the under-14s Worcestershire county pathway as well. So needing 5 runs with only 1 wicket left, that's pressure. And her dad took a single as well to leave her on strike for a few.
I wonder what he said.
I wrote that. Yeah.
That's trust. And even better than that, Joe's been very kind to send us a picture of the pair of them together in white, smiling, resplendent, as you'd expect. Love everything about that. So well done, Andy. Not so sure about the Iron Man tattoo sleeve. We'll talk about that on a later day. But no, my goodness, Olivia, well played. Yeah. Love it. Andy and Olivia, you pair of absolute legends. Well, you get a big thing. That is the first ever
really wholesome
BSP.
Yeah,
it's
nice,
a good story. There's everything you want in a cricket story, right?
100%.
It's got a happy ending. It's got family ties. It's
intergenerational
ties. It's a last wicket stand.
And look,
it's soap opera-esque.
Girls cricket. Girls cricket in the past 5 years, the fastest growing grassroots sport. Women's cricket is in a really strong place. I mean, we've got people like Olivia knocking about. Future's looking bright.
Very well.
Speaking of bright, Mr. Brightsider or Mrs. Brightsider. This is when we give away your height insider. If you've had a shock or if you know someone who's had a difficult time of things, we could have considered my mate Daz who got a 50-ball duck. That's almost impossible. Like if you can't
that's good work. Does he open the batting?
He did open the batting.
So I'd say that's actually a pretty good effort because getting rid of the new ball, bit of shape. Like he's worked hard, and then he's done his job and he's had enough. He's gone for a few.
See off there, one good bowler.
There you go. So he's done unbelievable. Yeah. He should be the opposite of that.
They did win.
Yeah. Did they win?
They did win. But look, that's unreal. Like, how do you get a 50-ball duck? How are you missing them so you can't edge one?
No, he might have been leaving them all.
Knocking it back and knocking
it
back.
Leaving them all. Or he could have been smoking them straight to fielders. You don't know.
No, I don't know. You're right. I don't know. What's my problem?
If you know that, you're catching my thing about just getting annoyed.
A bit harsh, like
I get angry like that.
I know.
He might have been unlucky.
Sorry.
It just becomes grumpy otherwise. You have to be the cheerful one.
Oh my good, that's a fair point. So Daz, look, we salute you. Fair play. You've done your job. Your team have won. You saw off the good bowler, and the others made hay. How's your average? Now, Mr. Brightsider though, I feel like he hasn't had a shocker. He batted beautifully for 96, but getting done by your mate, 1 blow away from a century.
I wonder, like I say, I wonder how he walked off the pitch after that. Because you get yourself out. You've only got, you play a bad shot, you miss a straight one. If the umpire triggers you, or worse still, your mate runs you out.
But at least your mate runs you out. It's like, I would have got 200 today if I could just run out unlucky.
It's out of my control.
Yeah, if I could get run out every week, it'd be great. Never my fault, is it?
Yeah, but that's rational afterwards. In the moment.
Obviously blowing up. Yeah. No, not happy for sure.
So what we think are going to give it to?
Well, look, I think
it's justified.
I think in the interest of repairing a friendship, why don't we send you and Morgan? Why don't we send Morgs his height in Western cider?
Yeah.
He can open a couple of bottles with his.
Reconciliation. Massively.
Sorry.
Yeah. I like that.
Feel?
Love it. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so there we are. A successful player gets Mr. Brightsider this week. Well done, Morgs. More power to you. Right. Time for some contractual obligations. Of course, this is the bit where I have to try and sell you stuff. We're at Visit Worcestershire New Road. Of course we are. It's the home of cricket in this wonderful county, and I would say farther afield as well. But we are right in the thick of the T20 blast now, Sam, aren't we? And we're back in action here at Visit Worcestershire New Road on Friday against Northampton Steelbacks. So there are ticketing options of all kinds of sexiness, aren't there? So there are hospitality. You're looking at me as if I'm mad.
That was almost opera. Did you hear that?
I did. Oh, wasn't
Did you hear
it?
that?
Oh,
It's because I was struggling to think of the word for hospitality, and that's the truth.
Yeah, there's loads. All different tiers. You can be sat in one of the family stand. You can go into water and go into the brand new hospitality bar and cafe.
I went up there during the Yorkshire game, right
How
on the
good?
peninsula. That
How
is
good?
so cool. Yeah,
We'll-
Jason
we'll
Mitchell
go
up
have a
there.
look from it. It's
Okay.
it's brand new.
You
You
city,
can
very
almost
incredible
overhang the
hospitality.
pitch. It's unreal.
Feels like you're like if you're like long off kind of region or like deep fine leg, aren't you?
Yeah.
But it's great. It's great. It's lovely.
You
Right,
might
yeah.
catch a few.
The hotspot. That's the hotspot.
It's really good,
Anyway, get yourself on the line, get yourself at the website, get some tickets, because, you know, if we're going to see more of what we saw yesterday from Worcestershire, it's going to be worth every penny. And I think, gang, that's it. Save one last thing. As we mentioned at the top of the show, we're well looked after by the good people at the Lamb and Flag pub in Worcester. And as such, they've sent us these rather snazzy caps. They are numbered, of course. Squad number 3 will go to our overseas star. He is an all-rounder. He does take wickets, but more importantly, he's an absolute gun bat, and we've been very lucky to have him. So, Spencer White, you
My favourite. That's my
absolute
favourite number as well.
3.
No, not really. No.
Thank you very much for taking part in Blood, Sweat and Pears. That's
No.
is for you.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Great.
No,
You've added a bit of colour to the place.
no, thank you. I appreciate that.
Good.
Hopefully, some
Right,
good
right.
colour at least.
Well, that's it then, gang. From myself, from Spencer, from Sam. We'll see you live next Monday for Blood, Sweat and Pears.
Ta-da.